Yep.
All right, and I have 5 o'clock, so we'll call to order the meeting of the Zoning and Adjustment Board, City of Ocean Springs, Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the September 9th meeting. And has everyone had a minute to look over those? Any corrections, or would anyone like to make a motion?
I have a correction.
Okay.
The variance was approved, but it looks like we forgot to indicate on what grounds. So it is not listed in the notes.
Well, I don't know if it was it may not have been said in the meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a specific one
I'm
made
trying to go
during
back
that
and
time.
type exactly
Yeah.
what y'all say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So if it wasn't in the motion,
Yeah.
then that's why it's not on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
The motion to approve is what goes in the verbiage right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just any motion, like the potential motions that are
I
listed.
can go back and look at it just to
Yeah.
verify and make sure though.
Yeah, like that are listed kind of in the staff report, they don't give the specific reason because the reason is kind of what we discuss in here.
Okay.
So just, I guess going forward, that's a good point, you look up here and it says that, maybe approval to meet this following criteria, so if we could just add, whoever makes a motion, just add whichever language that meets to the back end of that.
Got it.
Okay. All right, anybody else, any questions? Or would anyone like to make a motion?
Just to be clear though, that variance was granted or recommended for approval based on the exceptional narrowness of the property.
Well, I'll say, Don made the motion, so
seconded.
in the minutes, Don approved, Weeple seconded, for that one. I would say it's up to, whatever Don was thinking when he made the motion. I
Right.
kind of think what he was thinking at the time, but,
If I'm not mistaken, they couldn't put the garage in the back or on the sides due to the narrowness.
Right.
Narrowed in.
Of the way it's
Yeah,
correct.
And it
the way
was-
it already,
Yes.
the
It's
house
this-
was built.
yeah, and it was the CMX zoning and the Porter Avenue district, so it had all these overlays and extra, things, extra layers on top of it, so.
That's all.
Okay. Anyone make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
All right, we have a motion to approve by, I'll say Mr. Thompson. And do we have a second?
A second.
All right, we have a second by Mr. Hayden. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting minutes are approved. Next item on the agenda is old business, and we have none. So we'll move on to new business. First item on the agenda, 411 Ward Avenue, parcel ID number 60130400.000, requesting an approval for variances for an accessory side yard structure, side yard setback on the south side from 5 feet to 4 feet on the rear, and on the rear 3 feet. So it's confusing. I guess the way it's sit adjacent to the property line, it is a 4 foot setback at one corner of the building, 3 foot setback on the other corner of the building, in order to use the existing footings from the original accessory structure. And Elizabeth, if you'll.
As Nick said, the applicant is requesting a variance on the south side where the structure is placed, on the rear from 5 to 4, and then on the front from 5 to 3, to utilize the existing footings that the original accessory structure was already built on. The lot requirements, the minimum lot requirements and the minimum lot width, this piece of property does not meet either of those. And then this did come to us as a code violation. That is why they're having to go before ZAB. Somebody, I guess, called. We don't know the details of it, but it did come to us as a code violation. That's why we've had to go through y'all to hopefully rectify it and get them in compliance. And that's why they have to ask for a variance. Yeah, and like I said, it is on existing footings from the original. So when the original shed was probably built, I don't know for sure, it probably have met the setback requirements. It's just, throughout time, they do change. The owner is here, so if you had any other questions about the original structure, you may want to ask them. But that's it on our end.
All right. The only, it does not meet, minimum lot area, minimum lot width, so it does not, it's sectional narrowness or, shallowness shape of the specific piece of property based on the current regulations. The only concern I had was, in the UDC under the, authority of ZAB, it mentions a authority to grant a maximum of 25% of a variance. From 4, going from 5 feet to 4 feet, 20%, we're good there, but going down to the 3 feet, is 40%, so is a little greater. I know this is an unusual circumstance in using the existing footings that were there. Just wanted to, make that part of the discussion. Now, you said someone called.
I'm guessing. All I know is that it was a code violation, and Casey, our code enforcement officer, did bring it to our attention that they may come up and ask for a variance.
Right. Okay, give you 1 second. We'll have somebody come up and speak. Have you come speak. Just getting some of this stuff out of the way. So, my only question was, you said somebody had called, but we received no public feedback. I was just wondering if that person was someone complaining about it, and they also had feedback.
Casey called our department.
Okay.
Instead of somebody called my.
Okay, perfect. No.
I don't know, but I know how he found out about it. So
Gotcha.
Usually it's by somebody calling.
Yeah,
So.
I just wanted to confirm it wasn't the neighbor calling to
not that we know
complain,
of,
and then, okay,
We
perfect.
received no public feedback,
There's
like
a-
no letters
There was a
off.
sign put out to
Okay.
on their front yard as well.
All right. Any other questions for staff before we bring the applicant? No? Okay. All right, if you'll come up over here to the microphone and state your name and address for the record, please.
This microphone?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, and thank you. My name is Matthew Medier. I'm an attorney and a neighbor of Ms. Boswell. I live at 417 Ward Avenue, so it's several houses down. Please grant this variance. All right, this was a shed that's probably been there since it was a garage, been there since the 40s, all right? It was in bad state of disrepair. We cleaned up, she and her neighbor cleaned up some trees along there. It exposed the shed, which was an issue. She has, it was not safe. She's taken it down and just actually she was using less of the existing footprint. This was actually a garage. She's using only a portion of it to go back with the shed. Everybody on the street I've spoken to, they're fine with this. She's lovely. She's been in that house since 1972, and will probably be in that house another 100 years. So please give her this variance. We would greatly appreciate it. She did not know at the time that she needed to build. This was she just wasn't aware. She wasn't trying to slip anything under the wire. Just was not aware. And then the building official, saw, and that's where we are. So. Anyway, if you have any questions, but I know the entire street, the entire neighborhood is perfectly fine with her, putting a nicer shed, smaller and nicer shed than what she had for years and years and years.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now, when you say smaller, would you say it is greater than 3 feet away from that side yard setback?
I'm the wrong person to ask, but that's why I went to law school. Because I don't do math.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But I can tell you, it's not an eyesore. It's not overwhelming. It fits in, with the street. She's building, what was there before needed to come down, and so what she's building something brand new, it's gonna enhance the area. And as I said, she's just using less of, the existing footings, but less of what was there. So that's all that was done. The footings are here, we'll just go with that, and that's kind of why we're here today. So
Okay.
we greatly appreciate it. But I know the neighborhood, all the neighbors would be very supportive of granting this variance. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anybody else to speak for this request? Would you like to get up, or you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do, I ask you to go to the microphone and state your name and address for the record, please.
Just when we moved in the house, it was, sorry, when we moved in the house, it was a garage.
No, you're fine, no, you're fine.
Sign?
Yeah. Oh, look at there,
I know address, okay. It was a garage when we moved in. The house is the discrepancy of when it was built, 46, 48, then they even said 70, and I don't know why the county has a different number. But it was a garage that they went through the carport and back there. The other house was already there. I mean, Joey and Wendy's house is older than the one on the, and the neighbors are fine with it. They're really happy, like he said, that it's not the trashy one that was falling apart. We had taken the garage down and put another shed there. And then now the footings, it's back a little bit because the tree that we had moved was tearing up his foundation for his patio thing, and the footings, so we moved it back a little bit. But my son-in-law is a builder, so like he said, you won't have to worry about bugs or anything, and this is gonna be like his house. He built his house, so it'll be fine, and it's partially up because that was what I was gonna say. He said, you shouldn't have to have a building permit. He's a commercial builder. You shouldn't have to have a building permit because we're replacing what we took down. So that's why he said, but if you do, because they're building, I knew they're building all on their street, the next door neighbor and across the street. So that he said, because of all the building, probably the city inspector's gonna come by, and the next day, they put the sign up, so.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fine on my table. Oh, gosh, no, they're happy. That's it, it's good.
Everyone's happy. They're
It'll be
celebrating.
I'm sorry about that.
All right.
He just got
Yeah, yeah.
that there was a code violation.
Yeah, no, that's fine, yeah,
Yeah.
all right, thank you very much. Yes, if there's something else comes up, we'll bring you back up. All right, anybody else to speak for this request? Anybody to speak against this request? All right, so further discussion, or would anyone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the variance based on the exceptional narrowness of the property and the ability for them to use the existing footprint.
So I'll say, just, if you're gonna say,
Recommend.
approve, kind of read this and then add that on the back end of it.
Got it.
So do we need to strike that, or just have him add to it?
I would just have him add to
Okay,
it,
so,
add that part to it.
All right, so I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval of a variance of an accessory structure on the south side setback from 5 feet to 4 feet on the rear and 3 feet on the front to utilize the existing footings from the original structure located at 411 Ward due to the exceptional narrowness.
All right, we have a motion to approve the variance. Do we have by Mr. Thompson? Do we have a second?
I second.
We have a second by Ms. Bowden. All in favor? All right, motion passes. So this will be on the board agenda, consent agenda next Tuesday. 6 o'clock this room, you don't have to be here, but I'm not gonna say don't be here because there's a chance they could pull it off consent agenda and discuss it, so. All right, thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda.
Would we be excused?
Yes, yes,
Thank you very much.
yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for
All right,
this. Thank you.
All right, so 1405 Cornwall Drive, parcel ID number 610994030.000, requesting approval of a variance for an accessory structure side setback on the northwest side of the property from 5 feet to 4.7 feet. And Elizabeth, if you
All
will.
right, this is a variance, it did come to us as a code case again. It is already built, I don't think it's finished out, but it is already in the process of being built. They're asking for a side setback from 5 feet to 4.7 feet, so it's only a 0.3 inches that he's asking for the variance. His lot does meet all the requirements of that zoning. I had something else I was gonna say, but now I don't remember, I'm sorry. And that's it, it's just a simple this one's more simple than the first one was. But again, it was a code case, so they have to come and at least ask for a variance before either the code case can be closed or they have to move forward with the rest of theirs.
All right.
And I did have a residence call today, asking about it. He was supposed to send a letter in. I didn't get that letter in time. But he was for it, not against it. He said that the people next to him are really nice and that, it wasn't an eyesore and it was nicely done, so he didn't have objections to it. He was actually in favorable for it.
Okay.
I just didn't get the email in time, so
Okay.
sometimes it happens.
All right, thank you. Now, I'll say in the application, it makes mention of a 15-foot easement on the rear of the property. Can staff?
He's not in that easement.
Okay, well, I guess that, and it wasn't in your staff report. Can you just confirm or
Okay,
deny
so-
that there is one back there? Is it
There is,
shown?
yes.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
in
All right. No,
Sorry about
no,
that.
you're fine. No. I just wanted to confirm whether or not that was on there. All right, any questions for staff before we bring the applicant up?
I would just like to,
Well, if you'll come up here to the microphone, we're super official. Name and address for the record, please.
my name is Charles Notlett, live at 1405 Cornwall Drive. I just want to apologize. I retired and moved down here about a year and a half ago, and where I retired from, there's no such thing as building codes and building permits. I would have done that,
Mhm.
but I just, if you wanted to put a shed on your property, you just built it. I moved down here spent the last 20-something years in Greene County. And, and like I said, again, I apologize. It's, I appreciate my neighbor calling in. I didn't know that he did that.
Today he did, he saw the sign in your front yard.
Yes,
It
my,
was I don't know exactly which neighbor, but it was a neighbor saying that, they could see it and it was nice.
the only thing I ask is if you do approve it, please have somebody come pick up that sign. It's driving my wife.
Oh, yes. We do, yes.
All right, any questions before? Okay, all right. All right, and no other audience in attendance, so no one here else to speak for or against this request. So further discussion, or would anyone like to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve this setback, the shed, at 1405 Cornwall Drive,
So if you'll go, let's see, if
whatever.
you'll,
To recommend approval of a variance for an accessory structure side setback on the northwest side of the property from 5 feet to 4 feet 7 inches at 1405 Cornwall Drive.
all right. Now, as we kind of mentioned, did we want to try to add
A reasoning.
a reasoning behind that? And, I'll just state this, probably should have done it before you started your motion. If you did a 15-foot easement times a 90-foot wide lot, it's 1,350 feet. So if you take the approximately 11,700 square foot lot minus 1,350, you're at a 10,350 lot, which is less than the required minimum lot area. So if you wanted to try to make that argument that the easement, existing easement on the rear makes it less than the required minimum lot area, then you can add that on if you wanted to.
Yes.
All right. You got that, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I will watch it again. That's what I usually do. I usually do the minute, I watch it and listen and try to type, I'll pause, type a little bit, pause, type a little bit, so.
Yeah.
I try to get exactly what y'all say
Yeah.
versus just snippets of what y'all
That-
say.
That shed is not on the concrete slab, it's on footings, and it, above
Yes.
ground, that's what I thought. Originally, one of the things that I was concerned about was that, like in our neighborhood, we're having this drainage problem between the two main streets in the area, and people are gonna have to cut trees down, move fences and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem to be an issue at all over there. I spoke to several people over there, and they said there's really had not been a drainage issue over there, a problem. But even if there was, even if we had to move it for any reason, it's, all we got to do is jack it up and just move it, because it's not on the concrete slab.
That's right. All right, so we have a motion on the floor to recommend approval by Mr. Hayden. Do we have a second?
I second the approval.
Second by Ms. Bowden. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the motion passes. So once again, same as, previous applicants, this will be on consent agenda for the Board of Aldermen on Tuesday at 6 o'clock in this room. It's on consent agenda. Generally, they, approve all those at once, but there is the chance that they do pull it off to discuss the item, so. All right, thank
y'all.
you.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah, these ladies and this gentleman over here, they were wonderful. They helped me out tremendously.
All right.
Thank you.
We like them too.
Pull a permit.
I do. So can I do that tomorrow?
You have to wait until it goes before BOA. You can go ahead and pull the permit, but we can't approve it until it gets approved by BOA.
On that next Tuesday meeting. All right, and there goes 100% of our audience, so we have no audience request. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Or do we have
I'd
any?
like to make a motion to adjourn.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Thompson to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Bowden, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
That's the only thing about it. The only thing that's about Green County.
Well, let's wait till we.
Yeah, that's right. We hadn't had any objections, and we
Aw.
We did want to say happy birthday to. Am I gonna be the only one singing? It's